Okay, so today we are going to be looking at Lifestealer carry. So Lifestealer is actually a pretty strong hero considering heroes like Takis or Mueta is coming out of the picture. And so for context for this match, this is an ongoing Battlecup game that is actually featuring some of the high level Chinese pros. So we may have missed a draft in the early game, but you're just in time for the mid game as you're going to see how this team on the dire side start taking control of the map the moment the Lifestealer hits his Radiance. So he got his Radiance at the 15-minute mark, and looking at the laning stage, since he already got the tier 1 tower, but his score is still 0 kills, 0 death and 2 assists, which means that it was pretty much a farming lane against Centaur as Lifestealer hits pretty hard on the laning stage, especially against ranked heroes. Moving on, I'm not gonna lie, his team is actually controlling this game pretty well, which actually allows him to farm aggressively as you can see in the top lane, earning himself a free Wisdom Rune in the meantime. So some of you might say that your own ranked teammates don't do that, or you are never in this position of having momentum in the game. Well, you can look at this game in a different perspective, mainly on how to be a consistent carry if you're having a good early game. So fast forward 30 seconds, he made his first official rotation of the game by TPing to the bottom lane. And so the secret to being the best carry in the world is to always bait your teammate first. In this case, the Darkseer actually did a very smart play by tanking the gank while having a mech at the same time, and the moment the Lifestealer popped in, he gave the Darkseer an extra infast to recover his HP, and just like that, the enemy disappeared in an instant. And so the reward for that team fight is getting the bottom tier 2 tower, which actually opened more to the map. And by that, it means that the direct creep wave can actually walk up to the tier 3, and if no one is defending it, it means that it actually gives a lot of information to where the Radiant is. And so after getting the tier 2 tower, you obviously want to roll with the momentum. And in this case, you can see that the Dire is actually just sticking as 5 and fighting together. But that is not the only reason on why they are taking the fight. The second reason is they took a fight not long ago, which means that the enemy big ultimate spells like Warlock Golem is most likely still on cooldown. And having this extra information will give you all the more reason to keep on fighting. And so they kept in the mid lane waiting for the creep wave to arrive before getting the tier 2 mid tower. And so for some of you that don't know, camping in a triangle is still very efficient even in a new patch, as it actually still offers you the same control and power from the high ground towards the enemy and the map as a whole. And so one of the common timing for Roshan even in the new patch is still around the 18 to 20 minute mark. But it definitely will be a different case if the enemy has heroes like Huskar or Slardar or even Weaver in this case to help with the armor reduction for the Roshan. And so after securing the Aegis, Dire smoked up, so there is one simple rule that you must obey at 100% certainty, and that is if you see an enemy outside their base when you have the Aegis, just go. You and your team would much definitely rather fight outside their base, as you don't really have to bother about stuff like high ground advantage, vision advantage, or even armor and regen buff from the tier 3 tower, which is a lot. And from this team fight, you can see that the Dire is just fighting barely outside their tier 3 tower, forcing the Radiant to react to them as they have heroes like Batrider Lasso and even Darkseer Vacuum to reposition them and forcing them into unfavorable positions. And just like that, when they are low enough, you just W gaming and start running them down in their own base. And so yeah, like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.